All right, hi y'all. We back with another banger. So this channel is for all my star seeds, all my chosen ones. I want you guys to come reach for the stars with me. Um, I know that it's been a lot going on since you guys see me back on the channel in a couple of days, but I just want to let you know, like, this channel is for the chosen ones. It's for the star seeds. It's for the mistreated, the abused, misused, mishandled, underrated, Mr. Underrated, um, Underestimated. It's for all the ones who really, like, they get slack from people. So I just want to let you know, when you're reaching for these stars, if you ask God, you plan it to receive it, God will perform it today. And God will do anything that you asking him to do. All you have to do is to make that one choice, that one decision that'll get you finally to your destiny. So today's topic, I'm gonna let you know. Also, please subscribe to my channel. I know I kind of been missing a little bit. You know, I had a little haters that was kind of like driving me a little crazy. I'm just keeping it real on this channel. I don't really like to play games or anything. I want to be serious, and I want to also give you guys insight because I have a lot of experience as far as what I want to talk to you about here on my ministry channel. Today I'm wearing a little epic hat. I have an epic little teacup, but there's nothing in it. But I don't want to hold you guys long. So the topic for today, I want to first, before I go into this, I want to thank everybody who really subscribed to my channel, who like my videos, who comment, who are being involved. I really want to be very appreciative of that because I understand, like, people really take their time to watch these videos and to support the channel. So the topic I'm going to be talking about today is distractions are many when destiny is calling. I feel like this whole time, like, I'm trying to plan my stuff out. It's like so many distractions been happening. And I'm like, what's going on? I really feel like the enemy really uses people that's close to you to literally, like, you probably haven't even really been dealing with them like that. And then some people you have. But they will come in and try to destroy your vision, destroy your purpose, destroy your goals. It will really try to, like, get you off track. So that's why today I want to talk about distractions are many when destiny is calling you, but calling you. I hate to say this, chosen ones, but I want to share something. Like, just imagine. I keep pulling this thing out. Imagine. Once you tell somebody something, you've already can imagine them. Like, some people can be happy for you, like, if they already reached destiny. But when you trying to get something off the ground and you planning to win out here and you excited about your plans, I mean, honest, like, I told something to somebody that's very close to me. And I was actually shocked at what they told me. Then I went back to watch a spiritual channel. And by the time I had to do, like, some spiritual things to get my mind back right, I really was, like, shocked at two people this week. But God was like, no. One thing, always listen to your creator. I don't care if it's somebody, like, in your high profile, like, that you really trust a lot. Never listen to those people. Always listen to God. If God giving you something, like, go run with the plan. Like, don't be waiting on people to tell you, oh, you can't do this, because that's going to be the first thing they tell you. Like, oh, and this could have been a person who has so many mistakes in their life. You notice the people who are always telling us, setting us up for failure, they made a lot of mistakes in their life, but they don't want to talk about that because they feel like they, like, one up on you, or they might be older than you, or they might feel like they have more knowledge than you. So about time you done told a person something, they ain't already knocked you off the hill to roll back down. And you literally having to climb back up that hill to get your confidence back up and to really, like, build yourself up. So that's when, like, stop telling people your goals, your plans, and all that stuff, because a lot of times people will front like they happy for you, but they really secretly be, like, not even happy with their own life. And that's why I'm like, you guys tend to know sometimes people can be fronting around you like, oh, they're living a happy life, but it don't even really be like that. And meanwhile, you telling them everything about you, And they even not about to really support your stuff. They not about to give you no money for it. They gonna be in la la land. Like, yeah, I don't think you should. Did you look over this? Are they gonna say different things to deter you from your goals? So whenever God is preparing to elevate you into your divine purpose, distractions often multiply. And it's so real. The devil be using people, like, it could be in your own family tree. Yes, I said it. It could be your own people that the devil gets in. And it's not even the people. It's just that the devil uses people to jump in bodies. And I'm being like the whole time, like, wow, like I hadn't even really been around people like that because I'm more likely by myself a lot. But for some reason, like, people been calling me. Then it was the event that was supposed to happen this week, which I don't really go to many events. But yeah, a person haven't did nothing to them. Just literally like one person unfriended me, and then somebody tried to kill my idea. So that's how I was like, you all have to be careful. Like when you giving out important information, something that you really feel divine about, to not share it. I think that is only for you and God. And the reason why I say that, because you never want nobody to interfere with something that is definitely spiritual and is divine. And the devil's going to jump shift either into your family or your close friends. So chosen ones, these people multiplied this week. I'm a little upset about that, but next time when people tend to do that stuff, don't let people get you off like your A game, because people love to get you off your A game. And like you had to tell a person like, I'm not even doing it no more. Like straight up lie to them, because you don't want people putting negative energy or praying on your downfall, or once you told them, they thinking about it more than you because they probably wanted to do it before. They talked about doing it and they never did it. So that's something like you. That can be any business idea. That can be any, like, you going back to school, starting to go back to excel yourself. Anything where you acceleration, you don't tell them until after it's done. So I wanted to point that out. Never tell a person something and don't run your mouth until like the goal is like completely accomplished, because you are literally about to be out here having people like they not doing what they supposed to do, and it's gonna go into, oh, she about to be doing better than me. You know, oftentimes when you tell people stuff, it's not that you doing something, they just don't want you to be better, because they might have felt like, oh, I haven't accomplished my goals, and then you're shooting for your goals and you trying to be more about your spiritual life, and they might not even know that. But yet by the time you didn't told them, you've been making spiritual plans, you've been trying to excel, and they knocking you off the bridge. So the enemy knows he cannot stop God's plan for you, but he definitely will try. And he can do that mentally. And mental wise, you don't want anybody getting into your mental health, because when people talk negative and they try to discourage you and do those kind of things, that could definitely play with your mental health. Not saying like, oh, you gonna be like sad, crying, or nothing, but what happened if you've been discouraged or hated on by like a lot of people that you know that's close to you, and those always been the people that's closest to you, they always hating on something you do, or they always taking something you do, and he will try to delay you by getting you off your path with confusion. And by the time you probably telling this person, you're gonna have to go back and forth with this person like, I don't think what you're telling me is right. Like, God is my creator. So if God called me to do it, then who are you to tell me that I can't do something? So this is why I tell you, because you just bringing it up, it creates a whole scenario. And if you already had God tell you about something that you want to do, you don't really need nobody else in that. It's like you guys is a heart together, because it's in your heart first. So you don't need to be telling people about like your plans, because it's not their business. God gave it to you, right? And so you just kind of really want to keep it between you and God, because I went through that this whole week and I was like, ooh, I wish I would have never told you. And I told the person that, and normally I'm not the type of person to talk smart to somebody like that, but I'm like, damn, by the time I told you, I wish I would have never even told you what the plan was, because now you're giving me negative information, discouraging information, and they say you never tell a person something unless you're willing to encourage them. And the Bible clearly tells us, like, if you can't encourage somebody about something, you probably should just keep your mouth shut, because you're supposed to build people up. You're supposed to encourage them into their vision. There's not too many people who gonna want to do that. And I kind of was a little upset, but I had to be like, you know what? I just gotta move on. I gotta move on because I can't be letting people delay me in my plans. And it took me a couple of days to get back on my spiritual path, because I was actually shocked about, it was the person. But people will fill your plans up, and by the time you get to going back and forth with them, that's drama. It's opening you up for confusion. You're gonna be thinking now this person is now unhealthy. You hate to do that, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of people masks been falling off lately, to the point where a lot of these people, what's that saying? Misery love company. As long as you're not really doing certain things with everybody else, they're happy. But the moment you start moving and making progress and you want to do different things in the world, people are really going to show you their true colors. They're going to try to discourage you, and then you're not going to be feeling like how you was when you started it just alone. Just be alone when you move. And I'm learning that in the world. Most of the time I move alone. And I might have like one or two people that I could probably really trust, but it ain't even really like that, because most of the time you got to just move alone. So then you're going to start procrastinating, and then you're going to be getting tempted into other things that you wasn't necessarily really thinking about, because you trying to get your mind off of the negative stuff. So just do better in the world. Like, just don't give your plans out. Just keep it to yourself. Take it to God, your higher power. I don't know. But just when you plan to really just start telling people, you're going to have major distractions. And then the devil going to jump in other people. They're going to offset you. Because he know, like, once you get up out that bed and you making moves, you plan to go out there and do what you have to do to be successful. So it's going to be confusion before everything. And you really don't want that, because the time it actually takes to work on your plans and to create or to work on what you have to do, you're not going to even be able to focus. And able to be creative and to focus, you can't be having a negative mindset. You can't be thinking about something somebody told you that was like discouraging. You're not going to want to really be focused on that kind of stuff. It takes energy, and good energy, to do positive things. So not every opportunity is from God, but you should never have to take that to nobody. I feel like that's something you should decide for yourself. And nobody should ever tell you what you should and you shouldn't be doing. I mean, if you was really doing something outlandish, I can see that, because I've had people like tell me, oh, they want to be a police officer, and they close to me, and I'm like, oh, I don't want him to be a police officer. But by the time they sent me the thing to fill it out, well, that's his choice. But never hate on other people's plans. I feel like just support it and encourage them. You should never really tell a person like what they should and shouldn't be doing. But that's people, those tend to be the people closest to you, because they feel like they have a place in your life. And not every person who enters your life is meant to go where God is taking you. Some of these people is not going with you to where you're going. And I think they know that. So by the time they try to discourage you, they already know, like, maybe you play a valuable part inside their life, and they think about, oh, if this person becomes so busy, they're not going to have time with me. So it could be like a lot of factors like going through people's mind. Like, you never know what a person is thinking about. They said the heart is desperately wicked. Like, who may know it? You don't know. Like, not even saying they're just trying to be negative, but you just never know, like, what a person can be thinking. So if it's something that you really want to run with, I would say take it really. Man, I can't really say, because I didn't told mentor stuff and they tried to ruin stuff for me. A complete stranger. Or just leave it with yourself. Sit with it with God. Pray on it. And then move forward. When destiny is calling, you must learn to guard your heart, protect your peace, stay focused on God's voice. Because if anything, you're going to need that voice, especially when you want to go to the next level. You notice Peter began to sink when he took his eyes off Jesus. So the moment he started sinking is because he started paying attention to other things. That's a distraction. And when you tend to have these distractions, these people tend to come in when you're trying to do the like most important thing of your life. And when Peter took his eyes off Jesus, he started paying attention to like the wind that was blowing hard and the waters that was rising. And the moment he took his eyes off Jesus, he started sinking. So you have to be careful. Like if you want to go forward with your plans and it's something like you really want to do, you don't want to start paying attention to what other people are telling you, because about time you didn't put your money into it and these people not moving like that, you just gonna be like, oh man, I wish I would have just never told the person. So sometimes distractions come disguised as old friendships, toxic conversations, jealousy, gossip, or situations that drain your energy. You would feel so drained after you didn't told somebody something they tried to discourage you like that. And especially if you put money into it, you spending your hard-earned energy and money on something, you just plan to really not do well. So keep the distractions out of your life. Like just keep your conversations to a minimum when it comes to like when you're working on business things and things that you want to go back to school. Like keep the idea to yourself, because especially if you're telling a person who have not won in life or they haven't got to where they really want to be, they ain't gonna do nothing but just tell you something to throw you off. So just keep that in mind. And remember, God has called you to move forward, not backward. Your assignment is too valuable to be interrupted by temporary obstacles. These people are going to be trying to put stuff in your way to jump. You know why? Because they so used to doing that to you. And especially like if you older or you trying to make that last move of your life, like I either got to do it or I'm not doing it. You could have had all your 20s, you planned things, and even then you could tell they was being negative and jealous. If they was jealous when you was telling them plans like in your 20s about business moves and all that kind of stuff, they not gonna 9 times out of 10 be happy for you when you trying to do it in your 30s. I don't care what age it is. If a person have not shown you love or support or tried to support your business or something like that, you shouldn't be telling that person, because that person is not supporting it. They just steady taking from you all the time. Yep, you've already planned to fail. Apostle Paul reminds us to press toward the goal, the mark. So if we pressing towards the mark, we're not listening to what bitter Betty's, all these little unaccomplished. I hate to say that, but some of these people, they did their thing already and they set for life. Like, you know, they don't really want to accomplish anything anymore. They just kind of like retired, they chilling, or they kind of like working a job that's a 9 to 5, and this is how they're gonna live for the rest of their life. And it's not to talk about them, because that's okay with me, but don't be going trying to be a dream killer like how they did Joseph, and they threw him sold him out and put him in a pit. He was talking too much. And sometimes you love to trust the people that's closest to you, but unfortunately, everybody that's closest to you and family is not going to always be happy for you all the times. And we have to get that in our little thick mind, because our thick skull, that not everybody you reveal things to is not going to be hitting for you like that or supporting you. They're going to be like looking for a way to discourage you. Every trial and setback and distraction is on opportunity to strengthen your faith and trust in God. So during this time, you should necessarily be trusting and putting your faith in God and waiting to hear from Him. And should be trusting Him to order your steps and praying about like, okay, what is this that I'm trying to do right now? Do I need to go to a man, or do I need to follow God and draw closer to God and let Him reveal to me what it is that He wants me to do in the next step? He's my creator, not people. And that's a lot of time we make a lot of mistakes. We always want to answer to people. No, you don't answer to people. You answer to God, because you're going to need your guidance from Him. And is He going to be the one directing your plans, not people. About time these people ain't told you don't do it. They ain't giving you no money to support it. They're not putting nothing into it. Probably never even bought a cookie before. So what are we wasting our time for? And I'm just keeping it real, because You need your strength to move to the next level. And you don't need people breaking you down, like, especially if you've been through a lot in your life with toxic relationships and toxic friends, toxic family. You don't need people being a dream killer inside your life. You need people that's going to build you up, stand with you, and support you. Stay prayerful, remain disciplined, and refuse to allow anything to steal the purpose that God has for you and what He has placed inside of you. So I don't know hold this video because we're already at 20 minutes. These videos be moving fast. But I'm just going to share a couple of scriptures with you. I want to share Hebrews 12, 1 through 2. Let us throw off everything that hinders in the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus. We should not be fixing our eyes on humans. We should be fixing our eyes on Jesus, okay? If God said He's for it, who can be against it? So a lot of times, I know we love to get like opinions from people, and I'm just learning, like, most of the time when I ever tried to say something that I wanted to do, somebody tried to steal my idea, jump in it before me. And these people would tend to be like, they came up with it, wasn't even thinking about it. But until I became good at it or somebody complimented me, they're going to take your idea, run with it, and they're going to invite everybody else outside of you into that business. And that's just real talk. Philippians 3:13 to 14, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things that which are behind me, and reaching forth into those things which are before me. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. That is Philippians 3:13 through 14. So a lot of times, yes, God did not design us to be sitting up here telling everybody about our next move, what we doing next, because people be waiting for you to mention that. And I feel like that's private, it's personal. It's actually it's intentional as well, because you got to get to your mission in life, the purpose and the reason why God created you. That's very important. It's highly important. And so by you telling people they not God, they gonna knock you off your mission and your purpose for living. You know how many people talked about how they were discouraged by the people that was closest to them, and then they ended up doing it anyway, and they became really famous, really popular, and people tried to talk them off their path for something God created them to do? Who can I mention? It's a lot of people who failed at some things, and then they talked about recreating other things. And by the time they told other people, they discouraged them, and they went and did it anyway. It became famous, and then once you become famous or are popular, then they're gonna come back and tell, I told you you can do it. No, you didn't. You was the one who discouraged me. But we're gonna stay humble, and we're not gonna sit up here and act like you didn't just tell us that. But another scripture I'm gonna leave you with is Proverbs 4:25. Let your eyes look straight ahead, fixed your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet. Do not turn to the right or left. Keep your foot from evil. Proverbs 4:25 through 27. Yeah, don't be telling evil people your plans. Don't look to the right or the left. So what is that telling you? You need divine direction and focus. Focus on what's ahead of you. That's God is the center of your life. You don't need to be telling Ain't Your Mama and Boo Thang over here and Paw and whoever else. Nothing you got going on. Because if they sitting up every day and you talking about plans and moves and becoming more successful, you didn't plan to fail. It's going to be a distraction. So I just want to encourage you tonight. Don't allow distractions to become detours. God is calling you into a greater season of your life with purpose, favor, and a spiritual growth. Stay faithful, stay focused, and trust His timing, because everything that is divine timing is divine timing, meaning you have to move in that. Because by the time you got discouraged, you might not even be wanting to do it like that no more. The same God who called you is faithful to lead you all the way to your destiny. So destiny is calling. Y'all, we have to reach for those stars, because you know what? We're living in perilous times, so we got to get moving. We don't have time to be getting discouraged by people and stopping what we're doing and then starting it up in another year. No, we got to get going. That's why I say it's best to move in silence. May God continue to strengthen your faith and empower your ministry as you encourage others to remain focused on his calling in Jesus' name. But yeah, we got to move in silence. We don't have time to be telling everybody what we're doing. It's time for us to get it done. Stay focused, be in prayer, and focused on what's ahead of you, not behind you, because we're pressing towards the mark. So here we are, reaching for the stars ministry. We are reaching for those galaxy stars and blessings. So if you like my page, please subscribe to my channel. I thank all the chosen ones, star seeds, and everybody who liked my video, who subscribed to my channel, who donate, and also who just showing up and being supportive. Thank you for viewing my channel. I thank you for everything you have done that is unknown and known. I just want to take the time out to say thank you very much, and I love you guys. Tonight is another video. Thank you. Bye. Chase.